everybody, so in this third video, we're gonna talk about the help of the government to the unemployed here in France. They call it ARE or Allocation, Chômage, d'aide au retour à l'emploi. So I'm just gonna use the word government help or chômage simply in this video. And also, all the things that I'm gonna discuss, these are all information that I got from the official website of the service public. So, and I will just give some rough estimations, and it's always subject to change. There you are. So, as an introduction, this help covers the people who are unemployed due to loss of job and end of contract. Now, also, you need to justify the end of this contract. So it should be an official job, not a black job, or they call it here noir. There. And also, the source of the amount of the help can be from different sources of revenue. So, for example, you work as in the restaurant business, and then you have your own business like selling cakes, and at the same time you're doing a part-time job, or for example, teaching. They will all gather this information, all this declared work, and to compute the amount of help you'll be able to receive. Now, it also depends on the age. There's the category before 53 years old and after 53. So I'm gonna discuss before 53 there because I'm not yet 53. So now here are the criteria. Of course, first is that you're unemployed. Now, under this unemployment, what could be the possible reasons that you're unemployed? First, that you get fired. Okay, now fired because of motive personnel. What is this? It's like you get fired because of disciplinary sanction, or there's an insufficient results, so your performance is not that good. Also for the motive economic, for example, the company cannot retain you anymore and it's a recession. Also, revocation, this is for the public servants with discipline sanctions. Okay, so that's the first one, fired. And the second will be like simply your contract wasn't renewed. Okay, it's an end of contract. Next is rupture conventionnel. I will not discuss that in this video. And the next one is the resignation. Now, resignation should be with legitimate reasons. So it's not like, I'm tired of working, I'm gonna resign, give me some help. No, it doesn't work like that. No. So there. So what are these legitimate reasons when you resign? For example, my husband has a promotion and he needs to work in the south of France. And so how about me? So I can resign, and that's a good reason that I will be able to receive this help. Another example is also if there's a domestic violence. And if you really need to move out of the house because of this violence, you are entitled to this help. Another reason could be if you have a handicapped child and he or she will be moved to another facility far from your home. So all of these are legitimate reasons to move out from your village and start again. Now, what else? It's also like you can also have this help to create your own company, or you want to change vocation. For example, you work in the logistics for 5 years and you wanted to start your own company, for example, pottery. You're into doing pottery. There are certain rules about this. You cannot just like quit your permanent job and just jump to creating your own company. So one example is that you should have 5 years minimum in your former work. So 5 years in logistics, and then if you want to change vocation, you are entitled to this help. So that's a really good news. Now, so that's the first criteria, unemployment. And the second one will be aptitude physics, so you should be physically fit to work. Third is like you should live in France. Fourth, you should be subscribed to Pôle emploi. And the period of work, this is also important. You should have work at least the minimum of 6 months or 130 days or 910 hours to be qualified for this help. Now, in the last 24 months, so you cannot consider your job back in 2010, 2011, or 2012. There. Now, how about the amount of the help of the government that will give you? Now, it varies on the salary, but more or less, you can say 70% of your salary brut. Yeah. How about the duration? Now, the durations will be like how long will you be able to receive this kind of help? Well, it also depends on the month considered by the Pôle emploi. Now, the cancellation of the rights. You will no longer receive this right when you find a job. Yeah. Or when you are qualified for another government help. And when you leave France, of course, and the falsification of documents. There are. Now, to give you a specific example, for example, there's an employee and her name is Gailey, and she's an IT engineer. Okay, and she worked here in France for 14 months, and it's just a CDD contract, which is a temporary one. Now, at the end, her contract wasn't renewed because there's no job opening. So I'm not gonna talk about getting fired, rupture conventional, or resignation. It's about the contract not renewed. And then she subscribed in Pôle emploi at the 12th month. Okay, because she knows that in 2 months she's gonna lose the job because there's no opening. And her salary is 1,000 euro per month. So the Pôle emploi will calculate her chômage, and probably she will have 12 months of help with 700 euro a month. So again, it's 70% of the salary, and the duration is because she declared in the 12 month, there's a 12 months. So if she will the end of contract will be February 2020, for example. So from March 2020 to March 2021, she will receive 700 euro per month, which is already a good help. It's for her, but it's not as easy as that. So also, of course, she needs to have an appointment with her advisor in Pôle emploi. Together, they will sit down with her folder. Because the Pôle emploi is not just to give you money, it's also to help you find the work. And together, you're gonna talk about what will be her next project. What are her qualifications? How about kilometers going to work? Would she like to work within 25 kilometers from her home, or can she travel further, 50 kilometers, like that? And also her means of transport, can she drive, etc. And also if there are areas to improve, if she needs help to update her resume, her cover letter, and all. Now, for example, what if Gailey wants to be a waitress, not an IT engineer anymore, and she asks for a waitress job? Now, of course, the Pôle emploi will be together. The Pôle emploi will search a job for her, and at the same time, if she declines, if the Pôle emploi offers her 3 jobs and she declines, she will be kicked out of the agency. So well, it's simple, because they offer you a job and then you decline for no legitimate reason, then they will cancel also your rights. Now, what if she continues to the IT engineer, and there's really no openings, there's not a lot of vacancies, and Pôle emploi cannot find a job for her, so she can exhaust her help of 12 months from March until to the next March. So that's how it works. Now, but also within that year, the advisor will follow up her folders, like what are you doing to achieve your project as an IT engineer? Are you applying? Are you sending CV and all? So there. Now, so that's there. I hope my example is clear. for me, France has a really good social support. And how do they attain this kind of chômage? It's like, well, they say in general, French complains a lot. Ooh. After 5 years of living here, I agree. But this characteristic, that's the one who fuels the legislation of this right. And now the generation, we are reaping this benefit. But of course, with all due respect to the people who fought for this right, and also with all due respect for the people who are paying the tax, because the 700 euro that Gailey will receive monthly doesn't come from heaven, so no, it comes from the tax. Now, because the thing is, the disadvantage of this help somehow is like some people abuse it, and we're not gonna go to the details of that, but the most important is like the principle of give and take. It's like you're given a chance to start again, given a chance to change a vocation, given a chance to start a business. You're not going to be stuck forever in the job that you don't like. And somehow, while we receive this kind of blessing of this help, government help, at the same time we need to work on to our next project. And because that next project, when you start to work again, it's like that's the part that we help the government, because we are one of the workers boosting the economy. So there you are. So I think that's it. And you can watch the first and the second video. Yes, now I am receiving this help from the government, and it's really helped my well-being and my well-being of my son. We spend time together, more time with the family, and at the same time moving on and working on the project, which is going back to teaching. So there you are. So if you have any comments or suggestions or clarifications about the certain subjects in this video, please feel free to comment below. So there you are. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.